vegetables. Could get long and boring, so I'm going to probably stop and start it after I've done a couple of steps here and there. So I don't want this to be a half hour or an hour video. You don't want to sit and watch me for an hour. So I'm going to go through the steps here of basically taking 6, 7 cloves of garlic, a medium onion, and 4 jalapenos, 3 to 4, something like that, and then browning the ground beef on top of that. So I'll go through the ingredients for the pot after I bring you back and we've got everything burning. So, right back. Hello, it's Jeff again. Hey, I've decided to bring you back a little early because I've opted to make a few changes to the recipe, but also wanted to let you know that I like to chop up my onions pretty big. I'll show you my clove the clove of garlic process, but I wanted it, instead of 4 jalapenos, I wanted to do 2 because I forgot that I had habanero and a red chili in the fridge, so I wanted to go ahead and get those washed and chopped up. But I did want to use a different pepper. And if they're frozen, these were a gift from someone that Amy used to work with. And there she is. I decided to use one of the habaneros and the red pepper.
Oh.
Just one.
It's a ghost pepper.
Well, they were grown with ghost peppers, so both of these are pretty hot.
It made a weird hybrid. It made a strange hybrid of the ghost pepper.
So, you know how to cut up peppers, so I'm not going to go through that with you, but I'm going to go ahead, and the way I like to, instead of like crushing the garlic, I like to break it with the blade, so you wind up with bigger chunks. Because you can always come back after you put the blade and chop it into smaller pieces. Gives a pretty large texture to the garlic. This is just cooking. Like so. So you want a big clump. Alright. Now for real, bring you back when everything's cooking. Okay, I'm back. Like I said, I've already gone through and browned the ground meat, and I've got I'm putting the onions and peppers and garlic in with the ground beef after it's been browned so it softens up. But I add a little bit of chicken broth to give it some, to give the peppers and all the veggies supposedly an opportunity to saute in it. But I went ahead and put the cans. I use various beans, but this time I've decided to use the frijoles negros enteros, and then hunts, fire roasted, and habanero rosella. Most importantly, the chicken broth. Chicken broth, and then just some kind of salsa. The ingredients vary from time to time, but this time I decided to, since there's only 2 of us here, I don't want to make the full batch because they wouldn't be eating it for the entire week. So we have other food. But I went ahead and combined all the ingredients, but I also use a general packet like this. It gives you pretty much all the seasoning you need. But there's no real trick to the seasoning portion. The bag does a pretty good job. Again, it has garlic, paprika, cayenne pepper, salt, cumin, I think. Yeah, cumin / oregano, like a mixture. And then there's also the chili powder mix and masa flour. But I go ahead and put all of the ingredients in here. I'll add help save the masa. Chili powder. We can add, since we have the chicken broth, we can add a little bit into here to season up the meat, but I usually only put about half the packet. The chili powder, all it's just going to do is make you poop red, and that's it. It's all the seasoning and all the spices and that right there. So all you're after is texture and the smell, basically, of the chili powder. So you know you're eating chili. You can just stir it up a little bit. Grab one packet. Oh, that's all. And then when I do, I'll hold on to that, but then while all that's cooking, I'll put just a little bit of water in this. Since I'm rinsing the can anyway, use it to just pick up whatever remnants are in the can. Because I'll rinse them before they go to the recycling. Put that in there. This we can clean up a little bit. This is just water. Coming here, and we're ready to get some help from the heat on over there. Looks pretty good right here. And sometimes instead of just tomato sauce or diced tomatoes, I'll get the whole and then crush the whole tomatoes, so you wind up with a more full, fresh tomato taste. There were some pretty large pieces in that fire roasted, so I think we'll be okay. It's looking pretty good. Go ahead and transfer this over. Go ahead and clean up. Just transfer this over here. So it's nice and hot. Big slotted spoon here to go stir all this together. Then we'll let it simmer from anywhere around 15-20 minutes, maybe. It will actually get better over overnight, so if you wind up not eating it all, as we usually do, you can save it for tomorrow night, reheat. Anyway, we'll let this cook. We're done. I'm going to sequester it. We'll let it cook up there. Be right back. We're getting close to the end of it, so I'm going to go ahead and put the masa flour into it. Gotta make sure you stir it up or you'll wind up having these little clumps of flour. And that's the last ingredient. I've got it down about 2. I just lifted up the sequestered lid. It was boiling everywhere. And so one of the things I was going to say is that there's not really a end-all be-all recipe. You just have to work with what you got, or just change things up a bit. You know, life's too boring to not change it up a little bit. If you did the same recipe every single time, our daughter Emily said that we needed to open a restaurant, and basically I make this and her mom makes her dishes, and how the recipes change every single time. Now we do have recipe books, but we do wind up changing it, like the dressing at Thanksgiving and things like that. We'll stay pretty consistent, but some of our general meals we'll make little changes here and there, because you just got to roll with it, and it makes it, you know, new and interesting. So here's my chili. Sorry about that. It's too bad smells don't go on camera. But anyway, so if you're feeling down, you got a little sniffles, got a little throat, something, this will definitely do it for you. Definitely do it for you. All right, thanks everybody for watching, and make sure you go to our webpage. This will be on the blog, but go to www.jeffandamybeaver.com, or you can Skype me at Jeffrey, JEFFREY .A.Beaver. So anyway, I will talk to you later. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.